If many of you haven't noticed, there's been a huge cultural shift on the ways of this world, especially living in America. More women want the same rights as men, and there's a lot of women that feel they could be worthy to compete against a man when you weren't created to compete or go against one another, but to be submissive, be feminine, be the way God created you to be, a helpmate, okay? Especially to your husband. That doesn't mean that, oh, you can't work, you can't do this and that. As long as you know your place, there is many things that I believe a woman shouldn't do. This is my faith going by the Bible. And it's just really strange that if you take the media out completely, right? And you go out, you look around, things may seem things may seem normal to you, but it isn't. This world is a cycle that's going through a transitioning period, and it's only going to get worse. And you're going to be seeing a lot of strange people, a lot of strange marriages, relationships. There are women online, even on YouTube, calling themselves boss chicks, boss lady, bad chick, bad bee, alpha female, and they think it's cute. It's like they feel like they could just prove something, like I don't need a man. And then they wonder why they're still single. A lot of men like this guy from The Image are attracted to women like that. And then from the image and the thumbnail, right? This is how these women look. Not physically, but the way they walk and their aura, their spirit. And it's not even about their spirit, their presence comes off as if it's a man. But it's not. It's not right. It doesn't look right. How is this normal? And this is natural. And any woman could come on this video and say, "Oh, we don't really look like that," but that's not the point. I'm making an example out of it on how it actually looks to society, so that way, a lot of you who are in this situation, or you know someone in this situation, you could get a better view of how it actually looks. A man could be 6 foot, buff, and if his wife is the one that calls the shots, then a lot of people are going to look at him bad because naturally a man is supposed to lead. But now these days in this generation and today, everything is accepting. You could do whatever you want with no repercussions. It's your business. It's nothing personal. It's just a lot of people don't care. Society doesn't care, but they frown upon it and disrespect people like this, especially men, at the same time. You come off as a pushover. I used to be a pushover. I'm learning now to not ever put myself in those situations where people feel like they could take advantage of me and see me as the man on the left from the thumbnail, because I don't want to be perceived that way. And there were cases in the past where I was perceived that way, and then when people try to walk over me, they get all shocked and hurt. When in reality, I'm not actually like that. You have to know the person that you are and the people that's also around you, especially if you're dating. People roles that are in this situation, some of you think stuff like this is normal. When I hear another woman say that I could change him or I could change her, it's weak. Only God could change you. Because faith without works is dead. You have to believe that a change could actually happen because the person has to also put in the work to change. And I'm working on changing a lot of things in my life. I've matured throughout the course of period of time ever since I've been married to my wife. I messed up on the beginning of my marriage. I was not prepared. I didn't know what I was walking through. And better yet, I didn't know what I was walking through. I just wasn't spiritually and mentally ready. 100%. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And this is a true story. And because of that being the case, it looked like my wife was doing the leading. How does that look as you being a man? For your wife to lead, it looks like she could be your mom more than your own wife. That does not look good. The reason why you don't hear people or society say the reverse is bad is because that is the natural order. For people to actually see this and believe this. For people growing up in this generation that, accept everything is golden and blue and rainbow. Okay, don't take it the wrong way. Everything is all la la land. It's vanity. Nothing could go wrong. But there's a reason why some of these type of relationships where the strong woman comes in, she want to change the man. He's a bum. They want to take them in, feel like they're doing a Build-A-Bear man workshop project. They want to get mad as soon as he steps up for himself and acts like a man. He could take care of himself, and you're proud of that. And then if a guy like that was to leave you, you would get all butthurt and angry, and cry, and think, "What did I do?" Some people has to understand. A lot of men does not respect a woman who does not respect herself. A man that does not respect himself or love himself, he is not going to be able to strongly be able to show the exact same energy or appreciation towards his wife. Unless he's selfish. And I know for myself, I've been a selfish man before, very selfish. I'm not afraid to admit that. I was once that type of guy. That I'm gonna save that for another topic. But the whole point to this is the media has trained a lot of individuals and a lot of people in this world to show that women could be in the workforce, women can do this and that, women can make it better. And now today you have more women engaging in their education, in their careers, and in college more than men. Majority of the medical field is women. The men in the medical field part, either some of them are nurses, janitors, or doctors. That's it. That's all you see. In most cases, that's what you see. And majority, 60, 70, 80% of the time, the women are the nurses. Or even some cases, doctors as well. And the reason why I say that is because imagine that being the future where women is the one that dominates everything. And no, women cannot be dominant. Because it looks weak. I've been judged in situations where it came off like that, especially when my own wife is upset with me about something. This is the reason why some people has to keep some of their issues in their relationships private, because people that does not know you, they're going to perceive it the wrong way. This is why I say the world is the one that judges and sees you when you first appear to them. You don't know anybody, they don't know you, and they see a woman that looks like this, like in the image, and there's a man, right? And they're both fighting. This look laughable. Because most of the time, a lot of people generally know that men are more physically stronger than women. This is why in the Bible it speaks on letting the man work, being head of the household, taking the lead. You're blessed to be a man, have arms and legs and feet. It is not natural for you to want to kick back, relax, and stay home unless under some circumstances you don't have a visa, you just met your wife from a different country. I understand that. That case is completely understandable, and I get it. I get it. But you also have to do your part as well. It does not look right for another woman to be the protector, the leader, the hunter and gatherer when her physical traits are not built for that. Would you want your own daughter to go through something like that? No. This is why a lot of people say hunters and gatherers as men has the perfect role to protect his family. The modern time of hunters and gatherers is going to work, collecting the money, go home, take care of your family. It's simple. Back then it was different. You actually had to hunt to survive, kill animals, have rivals, etc. This is what a lot of men have to go through. You cannot ever escape from being a man. And for people that do, there's a reason why they get offended when someone calls them a little boy or a man child. And I don't even feel good being called that or being called a little boy or a man child. I may look young, so that's some of the reasons why some people would say stuff like that. But how you walk and how you talk and how you act and your action speaks a lot differently than what people see you to be. Your walk and talk and action speaks differently. The image here, this doesn't look right. You don't see majority of women like this, but their presence on the other side of the door in their relationship and their marriages, they may come off this way. The guy's the one that's calming his wife down from arguing when it should be the reverse. If there was even an argument with your wife on someone that is threatening her, why don't you step in and be like, okay, I got this, baby. Let me take care of this. Because I've been through a situation where when me and my wife first moved into our first apartment, we had a neighbor that had some issues with us. One day, an argument blew up over some noise that one of my children was accidentally making because, and this is just the time when I just had my son. The neighbor did not appreciate the noise, and being the fact that we were stuck together, and this is an apartment, right? So living next to another neighbor, they hear some noises, especially banging on the wall. Of course, people would get annoyed and tired of it after a while if it keeps happening. So we got a knock on the door. She's yelling. My wife is the first one to jump into the door, arguing back with the lady. This is the time when she was pregnant with our second child. So I went in and I told my wife, let me handle this. I got it. I opened the door. Here it is. I opened the door. And then I asked what seemed to be the problem to my neighbor. Okay? All the drama and beef was squashed. Next day, the neighbor apologized. What did that tell you? If I didn't step in and I just allowed everything to happen, I didn't say anything, and I just told her to calm down, she would not even respect me. She would just say, move aside, back away. What kind of weak crap is that? Instead, I came, I went in front, I pushed her back and said, hey, let me take care of this. I got you. That looks natural. That's how God made you to be. Height don't matter. This is why a lot of women loves men with confidence, because they feel feminine. It looks right for a woman to be feminine, to kick back, to act like a lady, to be the nurturer, the caregiver, to take care of the children. Men does not have breast milk to take care of children. Women does. Women, God made you that way. Same for men. God made you that way. I understand if people went through certain situations and certain circumstances, but that does not change who you are in the end of the day. How you were born to be is the same way how you're going to die. God has a purpose and a plan for each and every one of us. Your values and your roles is still not going to change your gender or how you're born to be. This image here, how could you think something like this is okay? How? It makes no sense. And the media is marketing things like this in the movies and in the movie industry. Female role models, female superheroes, female lead roles, main characters. I could understand the equality part. I could understand that to some degree, but what degree is that? Is it the gender role degree or is it the media degree? The media has a funny way of showing things like this to promote it, to heavily condition a lot of men to be weak. And if a man speaks on stuff like this or speaks about topics like this on the media, especially if he's a celebrity, he gets crucified. And the reason why I say the words crucified is that he'll be put to shame, he'll get cursed at, he'll be bombarded with comments, death threats. Even for men that thinks everything like this is fine. But they don't see the whole problem behind stuff like this. The world is scary. The world is scary. There's women who I worked for certain companies that had husbands and they still knew their place. There's a time to be a manager and a supervisor, but when it's home time, you're going home, when you're in the presence of your husband, submit. Feminine, nature, caring. This is what attracts men. And women are attracted to confident men. The Bible even spoke about some of the realest things. If you just decode it and take your time to read and understand scriptures. For those of you who believes in God, because God's word has the end say for everything. This is not natural. The promotion of, even with some things that even Marvel is doing with their movies, right? They're going down the same route slowly but surely. There's nothing wrong with female leads on certain movies. It's how you're going on about it. What type of message you're promoting to it. Feminism, feminists, you're rubbing it in people's face that a woman could do it just like what a man could do. Like if you're in a competition, like people are bitter, like people want to prove to society when people are not going to want to care. Great, you're an adult. Great, you could take care of yourself, but you're by yourself. It doesn't look good. And this is where all the hatred and anger comes from that makes women like this that are bitter, they're insensitive, whatever you may go through, it comes off as masculine like a man. You can't get angry at the whole world for your own choices. And a lot of people did not know any better, and I understand that. A lot of people were taught wrong. They learned from the wrong people. They listened to the media. They listened to their parents, or they didn't listen to their parents. Or this is just people that are lost or just want to do what they want. This is what happens when the world is a lost cause. You get unnatural things like this. Remember this message, guys. This is Walking Real P here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.